Hi everyone, you're watching Jam FX, and in this video I'm going to make technical analysis for the coming week. We're going to look at main pairs, important levels and possible entry points. And as you know, my Forex forecasts are based on my own strategy or way of trading. And okay, let's start with what happened this week and what I will be looking at. So, as you know, remember from the previous week, I told you that this week a possible expectation the most on dollar news, especially I was waiting for the end of the week, and we had FOMC and non-farm payroll. I traded on non-farm payroll, not exactly non-farm payroll, it was ISM manufacturing, but if you want to know how I was trading on Friday news manually, you can see previous video. And in this video, let's see what with the FOMC, for example, right? So we had euro dollar looking at 1 hour chart, and that's where we go. Remember, I was telling you, of course, expectation of the pair being pushed. I know some of you saying, oh, you don't know exactly where it's going, maybe go up, maybe go down. So I'm trying to tell you guys, in Forex, you don't need to know exactly where it's going. Yeah, of course, we're expecting, we do know the trend, and but the most important is the concentration where market stops, consolidates, what it creates, of course, news events, psychology. You take it all together, and that's pretty much it. You don't need to know exactly where it's going to go. Okay, so like you see, so many examples I'm making. If you look at my news trading, so it's pretty much exactly the same I'm doing during the week when there are no news. So, and here we go. You see the market started to concentrate at one of the levels previous. We had these levels for a while. It didn't go inside. It did concentration here, and you can see the market before the news. It was Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday before the news happened. You see, it giving you the idea that that something is going to happen, right? It's been consolidating. So you could use either that level or it's a 1 hour chart. But remember, I was telling you when I'm how I trade my news. You can see the old video. It's still working. Okay, so I would go in here if I would be able. I didn't trade the FOMC this week. I couldn't do it. I was on the way again, and so I would just go on the smaller charts. Okay, you go on the 15-minute chart. You look for your small channel. If there is nothing there, you go on 5-minute chart and try to get a little bit of something to place your orders. So here you go. You see, you would have a really nice trade, and you can see on Friday. That's why I didn't trade euro dollar on Friday, because it didn't give me anything. You see, it was sitting in here. It went down, it went up, and I couldn't place my orders for the news event. So that's what was giving me ideas. So maybe it will not have a good movement. So I ignored that pair for going for the Friday news event. So what looking now? Of course, once again, we do have all the same levels, as you can see, the bigger charts. And now I could draw a little bit using the stops, and maybe it will be giving me a triangle, right? Okay, so it might give me the triangle. I don't really like, once again, it's too close to this level. Don't forget, concentrate on the news. I'm not telling you which news. You just have a look yourself and you will find out. Of course, European news, American news, everything. And political, of course, political. Just check the calendar, because if I will be telling you all the time, it's going to take a lot of time. And when it's something, I usually would tell you. But okay, so just check it out. So we're concentrating now. Look, this is a very good position. Right now we're still in the flat, right? It's still flat, and we have a really nice position. To be honest, you see that's the bigger chart. Like I'm saying, at this moment, the pair is giving a better signs of good movement signals on the bigger charts, right? Before I was mostly trading on 15 minutes. Now it's more 30 minutes, 1 hour. Well, this is the daily chart, and I'm just showing you here that I can see if good consolidation around here and breaking one level back down here. It's like really good distance, and breaking up also good distance to go back. You see, it's pretty much same distances, right? So of course, like I'm saying, we're having all those levels, and it's a good area that where maybe finally it will have a finally a good move. So, and you remember in the bigger chart, it's still kind of looking like I'm still not excluding the position. Maybe it will go up and give us like a diamond pattern. Who knows? But at the same, if it will continue way up, At the same time, of course, it can break and go down. That's what I'm saying. You don't need to know where exactly to go. At this moment, at this point, nobody will tell you exactly where it will go. Absolutely not. Of course, someone can say it went up, had a correction, now it should go up. Yes, I can say that it can, but it's the market. It just decides for itself. Some people see wage maybe here. I don't even draw it because I have enough levels here. I don't need to think and draw more levels. I have these ones and they're helping me to understand what's happening. So that's why I don't much care where exactly it's going to go, as long as it gives me something and I can place orders both directions, if not both, at least one direction, but looking just at a stronger level. So you see, like right here, we will see if it will have a bit of consolidation. Like I'm saying, it might break and might be stopped by this level. You need to be careful because you see we have been stopping here before and even further. So who knows? That's why we need to concentrate here and see an influence of the other things like news to decide, will we use this level to place the buy orders or use that level to place the sell orders, so maybe it will be below. But at this moment I will be looking at that area and as a possible triangle, okay, and of course a possibility more towards continuation up, but you never know. So but this is the first area to look at with euro dollar, and of course then you have all the levels, right? We have all the levels and see where it's going to stop in the middle and have any consolidation once again. So now we're looking at pound dollar, and pound is the same. You see it went up and we had a bit of correction, like I'm telling you, right? Correction after big movements, consolidation, and creating any pattern. So here it started to have a bit of correction. Look, it didn't go all the way, right? It started to slow down and then gave another top. So what you could use here, of course, is double top. You see, it's a double top, and don't forget, pound is very volatile now, and Brexit, right? We have most of the impact on Brexit news, so be attentive is a good opportunity. So for example, like here, it was a good opportunity to go for a possible trade. You see 70 pips movement here, you could. And of course, the news, for example, in here, I probably would have not also placed on FOMC. So, and on Friday, I was placing only one pending order sell from that level down. And I didn't see any possibilities to place orders buy here because I had that also level, which you see obviously was stopped. The market was stopped by this, so that's why I tried to wait for the next week and see what's going to happen next. Of course, at this moment it looks like it's a possible triangle, so that might consolidate here. Who knows? Maybe it'll continue way up, maybe it'll go down and then again continue up. So I will be looking at this area, and what to pay attention on. Okay, let's say if it will do consolidation around this level, we have about 40 pips up, probably, yeah, about the same up and down. I don't know, will I do this or not? Maybe I'll just rather wait for it to go and give me another top, and maybe it will sit between these two levels, which would be really nice, right? I can place orders buy and I can place orders sell pending, and I have enough space to go down and enough space to go up at least to the next top, right? So that's how I'm going to look at it. That's the first to look at. I'm using these levels, okay, at this moment, this one's and that level, and of course if it will go down the next level. So all the same levels from the previous weeks, and of course between them, right, between those levels and this, maybe some consolidations, maybe some we see patterns and corrections, who knows, because of course at this moment it's kind of looking like a little bit towards a bullish sign, but right, maybe but you never know. Like I'm saying, of course at this moment it looks that way, but it's been going up for a while, so it might turn around and have a correction. Like I'm saying, you can't be sure 100%. Don't be sure. If you would think you know definitely, you will lose, definitely lose. So that I can tell you. So that's why, yeah, we're expecting, okay, it does look like it might go up, but who knows, maybe go down. That's why I will look where to place my pending orders, possibly both directions, for a good chance to catch the movement on any way. That's it. Easy. Dollar yen. Well, dollar yen, you saw the example of how I was trading that movement, but look at what we were here. Remember, I was telling you, started to break out, and that's what I was warning you. Okay, you had a really nice, also looking like a pennant, triangle or something, like more like a pennant, right? Broke, and then I said that I wouldn't go into this trade because it was Friday, and you can see, yes, it's moved. You could have made 10 pips, a little bit more, but it's very messy. So with my way of trading, I would only come out with 10 pips, and then it would be just, you see, we get even back pretty much in the same area where it's broke, right? But you could use all of this preparation for the FOMC news trading, and just go for like I'm using on a 15-minute chart, right? So of course you could draw a little bit wider channel like that and go for a little bit, not much, but 30, 10 pips again, or maybe even further for the next day trade. So I could have done it this way, but I would rather concentrate in here, because you see it went up about the same area as it was before. That's what I'm saying. That's how you analyze. Would you go a little bit down or a little bit up, because it pretty much broke and then a little bit pulled back and continued away. That was morbid expectation. That's why, for example, if I would go trade on FOMC, I would look at that area, right? So it was here in the same pretty much place as it broke on Friday. So that's why I would have looked for my small on 5-minute chart, small a little channel, and use it, because you see, even inside that, it would have, if it would have stayed in that channel, then it would have still given me 10 pips at least. So that's how I would have worked with that. So, and with this one, you saw me, I come out around here, remember, right? I went in here and about 30 pips, and market moved slightly more. I removed this level, but I'm going to draw it back. So you would see here, right? So that's what I was looking, and I thought, will it continue? Will it break it? Will it not? You see, this is where it stopped roughly. Like I'm saying, it's too many, it's very much a lot of noise in here. It stopped and started to reverse. That's why I get out. I don't want to keep. I could have continued. My stop was around here. I could have still sit. Of course, if the open market might continue its way up, it's kind of looking like a bit of the bullish kind of something. Possible, right? If we will draw using those bottoms, well, okay, it's broke out a little bit as a bit of the flag, if you might look at it, but I don't want to say, is it a flag or what is it? I don't know. So that's why what I can do is try to correct this one a little bit and just see using what can I do? Can I use that and see if it will go this way? Maybe. I don't want to do it yet. I'll just leave it for now here because I do have this area, and of course the concentration around this area will give me on the smaller charts a little bit of a possible opportunity once again, maybe continue up or turning around. That's it. Why do I need to know exactly where it's going to go? Here, right? So look, I have enough space, right? Looks like about 40 pips. It's enough. I told you minimum at least 30, so I can take 10 pips, and of course it can continue, and I still have that 100 pips. And from here, well, it can go back down to the same area or continue even further. Well, if we are in a possible downtrend channel, which I don't want to draw right now, then you would know roughly where it can stop. So that's it. What else do you need to know? Exactly where it's going to go? No, you don't. So that's it. Starting from this area of dollar yen. Australian dollar, as you saw also, right, where we were here, and I was telling you, right, it did look like a bullish flag, so it's happened as a bullish flag. It went up a bit when I had a consolidation, okay, pulled back, had a bit of consolidation here underneath, for example, for me nothing. And before the news event, of course, once again, you could just place again using my 5 minutes chart, okay. So as it didn't have much of the movements, and placing also again, once again, both directions orders, just expecting that we had a movement, we had a flag, it's broke, pulled back, and of course you think it might continue and reach at least to this level, okay, or it went even further. So that's how you would think, would you go into this news or not? That's why I said pretty much non-farm wouldn't have any much of impact, because pretty much the movements happened with the previous news. But anyway, still could have placed. And here now you see its concentration, and I will be waiting for consolidation here. It looks like maybe a little bit of the triangle, and again a possibility, so a little bit more in here and go continue away, or maybe turning around, and then I would have to draw it a little bit further, okay, to see it. Right now I don't want to do it because maybe it will continue way up. I don't need it at this point. So we had 1, 2, and I can expect 3, okay, so it could be 1, 2, 3. So, but I don't want to risk it, right, and only like buy or something when it's going to sharply turn around. So, and remember, this is the neck of our double bottom, okay, so of course there's more chances to continue up, but not 100%. Nobody can know 100%. If you remember, that's what I was going to show you in a bigger chart. Remember, it does look like a possible double bottom, so of course we would expect it to go to this level, some concentration, maybe a bit of the, again, correction, and finally breaking. But right now we don't need to know it, and we are here. So dollar card. Okay, so now I'm going to show you and tell you my thoughts with dollar card. Remember, we were here once again, right, correction or consolidation or continue its way. If you didn't get into the trade, you're waiting for the possibilities. Here's your possibilities. It's had a correction and started to consolidate. Quite enough space back to the area. Actually, if you would look, remember how messy it was previously, you can see with that level, as the first time it's broke, but that's why I didn't draw it further, but this time it's pretty much got back in the same area. Okay, so you can see, I'm telling you, just look at the levels. What's the levels? Levels is pretty much just telling you where people were. It's not like just level, okay? It gives you an idea, a psychology. Okay, people already were here and they were trying to break up and down and finally broke up here. Well, what's going to happen here? You don't know, but it will consolidate. So you see it stops. So that means that people are thinking again what to do next, and not to think too much. Of course, it was looking like a bearish flag, which I told you about, and expected to continue the way down. But like I'm saying, not 100%. So here you go. You could place orders and see if it will go back in, or and place your sell orders. And then this is your beautiful movement. Protect yourself, and this is the news and another profitable trade. That's it. Not difficult. So here you saw me in the previous video. If you watched, I used this channel to place my orders again. Was hoping that of course it will break, but I canceled the orders. I had a sale. I canceled it because I knew that okay, maybe it will continue the way, but it's Friday. I had the other pairs and they were moving the other way, right? Dollar yen was going up, dollar CAD is going down. If something is not right in here, they have to go at least slightly in the same direction. Okay, maybe not as sharp. One can be harder, another one slow, but still it's a news for dollars. So that's why when I see okay, it's not very moving, not very strong. The other pace is also very calm. Then I thought okay, as a normal breakout like we had here, yeah, it just broke. Okay, normal breakout. There is some little bit of news with Canadian dollar, and okay, that's why I decided not to go. I could have just made here about 10 pips. Okay, I could, but I decided okay, Friday, you see, it's about moved 40 pips, so 20 get in, 30 a little bit, well, 10 pips definitely, but I decided not to. Okay, so because I thought maybe it will not move 30 pips, maybe it only make 20, and then it will have a pullback as the end of the week. Very strong level. And so what I would expect now, of course, once again, maybe it will continue. Okay, we open in the market, maybe it will continue. So, for example, if you're not in a trade, then I'm not in a trade, so I'll be looking maybe possibly coming back to this area. Maybe it will have to concentrate underneath this level, but of course I would wait a little bit of pullback. Okay, it's broke, but maybe a little bit return, because it's a very strong level. It's one of the main level of our downtrend channel. Okay, so that's why it's broke just like that. Maybe that's what I'm saying, and continue its way. Yeah, maybe, but still more expectation, a little bit come back and then possibly continue. Okay, well, of course it might turn around. Yes, it might. You never know what can be. But the first thought, of course, is to just wait a little bit and see if it will go back a little bit around here. So if it will not, like I said, if it will just continue the way down, of course in the middle, right? Just meet me in the middle. Well, not exactly in the middle, but further away enough from that level, a little bit, maybe at least, like I'm saying, 30, 40 pips, a little bit further down, and just wait for some consolidation again. Okay, somewhere a little bit lower. That's it. And next, continue. So in that area, anywhere stopping, would be also looking for possibilities to enter. And of course, if it will go back up, who knows, maybe it will consolidate on top of it this time, or somewhere in the middle, or maybe it will go back again in the same areas. So I will be looking and waiting for the consolidations too. Okay, so now we're looking at euro pound. So like you saw me, I was not paying attention at all in the news on Friday, and you can see it's pretty much been as expected. Remember, I was telling you we were going down, and now finally we're waiting for some correction, and here the correction started, right? So, well, how far it will go and how to look at it, well, you never know, right? Once again, yeah, maybe it's going to be like a flag and then continue the way. All depends on the news with Brexit, right? Brexit, euro, somewhere in euro news. So, but at this moment we do have quite strong level, and who knows, maybe that would be breaking point where they crossing each other. But good to look at the smaller. Of course, any news, once again, see what's going to be in the air. Well, what we can do to see how far we're going in a small, right? About 40 pips to go back in this area, right? It was here before, very nice. It was again, so I would expect maybe it will go back again in this area. Then there would be a opportunity once again to place orders. If it will sit in here, maybe like a little bit of channel, then of course could use that and place orders once again to buy, continue, and to use that level for sell. Maybe it will go between them, and again, well, buy order, sell order. That's pretty much it. And then you just see where it will go. We'll go back to this area, or if it will break, then just waiting for any stop and any consolidations, and once again opportunities to look for new orders. So that's pretty much it with euro pound. Okay, so with gold, you saw me how I was looking, placing the limit orders. So in quiet situation I wouldn't do it. I would that's how a little bit of different way of me of trading gold, and sometimes the other pairs too, but not always. But because it was moving, you saw me once again. See, it's 1,600 pips of movement and have no good correction, right? So of course, at some point we will be waiting for a reverse, and I want to catch it on the way down. Right now, it's a little bit like, remember, I draw in the previous video, looking maybe it was like a bullish flag, and as a bullish flag, it went about 800 pips, right? So from that, for example, point to that, we have 800, right? 800. So, and as a pattern, we usually think it's going to move about the same, 800. But I wouldn't be so sure, right? So I would like to say, meet me in the middle. Somewhere maybe it will reach there and turn around. But who knows? Maybe it already wants to turn around, and maybe this is the shoulder, and that might be going to be, who knows, like that, ahead, right? Maybe again the shoulder, and then continue way down. Or maybe it will just keep going, and I don't know. But so my thought, right? How to walk around it? How to walk around it? Like I said, yes, I want to catch it on the way down. So as you can see on the bigger charts, we had you see quite a lot of mess around here. We have all the wings, of course. That's why. Well, who knows if it will reach this area? You see, it's pretty much area between this level and that level. It's a very big area, and of course, maybe it will reach it and will jump from here down, maybe consolidate, but it's kind of getting time for it, right? But gold is very hard to trade. You see, it's 1,600 pips. It didn't have a good reverse. If you are having floating, it's very dangerous. You can lose all of your investment, because, like I'm saying, sometimes I'm leaving the floating, and but you need to control it, okay, to know where to get in, where to top up, where to close some. It's not easy. So that's what I'm saying. Not sure, don't do it this way, but I will be looking at it. So, but in this quiet position, let's say if I wouldn't see any like possible news coming, so you see I started from here once again. It's you saw the levels, right? All the levels, you understand what I'm talking about. So I will be looking at maybe it will be a triangle. Once again, hopefully it will not break sharply. See, it didn't break. I was hoping, I was still keeping it. I was still keeping it running with the news. I was hoping it will go. You see, it's moved about, well, 11 pips only. You see, my order was around here. So, and it started to break out. So maybe it will sit in here a little bit, and finally will start to break either that level or that level. So I will be back to my usual trading, okay, placing in both directions. Even though, like I'm saying, I'm waiting for it to turn around, but you never know when it's going to be that moment. I know some people using indicators, but you know, I don't know. I don't use any indicators. I will catch it anyway. You saw me doing it, and I will get into it. Okay, so that's the first I will be looking at. Of course, so if it will move next level. If it move down, then of course I would look at giving me something around here. That's it. Like I'm saying, pretty much I don't care where it will go. I would expect it to go. Do you see the news? A little bit different way of placing the orders, but in a calm situation, we just get to see, look at what's gonna happen here. Next one, maybe in the middle, maybe to the next level. That's it. That's pretty much it. Right now, I'm not going to place my limit orders here because it's not news. Okay, so that's my thoughts. That's how I think and trying to explain to you. And I know my videos are very long. Once again, some complain that it's too long. Some complaints don't make short videos, because I'm trying not just to make this technical analysis, but I'm trying to actually show you how to use and trade them, right? Not just levels, but so you understand. So you see pound yen, like that's what I'm trying to say. That Friday, when I say manufacturing, looks like you see dollar yen moved and pound yen. So maybe it was something with yen which I didn't see. I didn't see anything with yen, but for somehow this ISM had an influence on yen. You see, because even with pound yen, it's moved, it's jumped too, and there is also gap. So obviously, if there is a gap and it's a yen, they do really like, it's a Japanese, they do really like patterns, right? And all of this. So if it's open, it probably will go back and close that gap. So of course, I would expect it to come down. But right now, let's just see. It did look like with the you see the movement. It did look like a little bit of once again flag. So of course, it might continue all the way back. Remember, I was telling you I would have waited for some consolidation here to get into the trade, but it did not consolidate where I was expecting as the first in here. But okay, so you can see it didn't consolidate. I was thinking maybe it will consolidate here, then the opportunity consolidate here, but no, it just moved down. Then it has a bit of correction, moved down, and then just continue. So for me, it was no entry point. Okay, so it was no entry point. But here it's broke. Okay, so it's broke now, and what to do? So again, once again, just see where it's going to consolidate. Maybe it will go continue to that level and start to consolidate here, and well, maybe go in or turn around. And of course, at the same time, maybe the open market wouldn't want to consolidate. Maybe they'll consolidate around here, and the same will go up or go down, or maybe it'll just go down straight away, close that gap, and then you see will it go back in, maybe, and then you can see that well, going to be in a flag, or is it just going to close that gap and turn around, okay? And then you see, and you can get it as a flag. You would expect that more, right? To turn around, pull back, and continue way up and trying to get back inside the channel. So that's pretty much it. That's how I think, and that's how I use it. You can see it. That's all, my dear friends. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe, like, share it with your other friends who wants to see the examples of pretty much successful trading, I would say, and my trading. Okay, so and happy trading. I see you next week. Bye everyone.